Hello YouTube, the Gun Nut here. Today I'm doing a video on my recent vacation and how I concealed carry, or what I concealed carry. And so we went on vacation recently here, just a couple weeks past, on Mackinac Island, my family and I, which is in Michigan. Some of you may or may not be familiar with that. But a beautiful place. It is an island. You take a ferry over, and there's no cars or motorcycles or any motorized vehicles allowed on the island. It's all horses and bikes. I wanted to make sure I could protect myself and my family when we were on vacation. So I first of all had to look ahead and check the laws. So Michigan has reciprocity with Wisconsin. So I was able to use my Wisconsin concealed carry license and able to carry legally, which is the only way I carry, in Michigan. And I did check ahead a little bit beforehand online to make sure that it was okay to carry on the ferry. I also checked just in general on the island. Couldn't find a lot of information, but enough to make me think that it would probably be mostly okay to carry. So I went ahead and carried, and not having a car or anything to lock it into if it wasn't okay to carry into places, I was a little bit leery. But I want to report back and say that I could not find a single place that was posted to not allow firearms while on the island. This was everywhere we went. From the resort we stayed at, Mission Point, to the various restaurants and shops, to the Grand Hotel, which we took a little walk around there, in all those various places, as well as I was able to carry, when I was biking and walking, and there's a lot of that when you're there. If you are going to Mackinac Island, Michigan, and your state, or if you're a Michigan resident, you have a concealed carry permit, you should be okay to go on Mackinac Island. Now, what I carried, I like bigger guns typically, but in the summer I find myself carrying this Taurus TCP a lot in .380. I know it's not the ideal self-defense caliber, but it is a caliber that will get the job done with the right ammunition. In addition to the gun which I carried, I have to be careful, this gun is loaded. In addition to the TCP, I carried it in a Fox holster. Forget which one this one is called, but it's the hybrid, and it's a single clip, and it works really good for me. I also carried in spare magazines, so in total 6 plus 1 in the gun, 6 in the extra mag, 13 rounds of .380 if we ran into any trouble, which thankfully we did not. Also had the Olight S1 Baton flashlight, which is always very useful to have a flashlight when you're on vacation. Hotel rooms can be dark, and just to make sure you even picked up everything before you leave, it's a good thing to have a nice bright light, as well as being in an unfamiliar area, not knowing when you might need a little bit of light. And carried my Rat 2 folding knife, which I also carry everywhere. So that was the main part of the carry, and obviously the phone. We had a few other odds and ends, but those were really the main items to carry for self-defense and just being ready if anything happened. Definitely was very happy. I'll roll in some footage here of a couple nice shots of the island or whatnot, as well as the cannon firing, which was really cool if you ever go there and you go to Fort Mackinac and you see their various demonstrations with rifles and cannon, and just a really fun time. Great day, place for a couple days vacation. Nice historical context behind it as well. I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, please like and subscribe, and you guys be safe out there.
Put in our 3.5 to 4 ounce charge of gunpowder for you this morning. Now in the 1880s they'd be firing about 10 ounces, and if they were going to fire in combat we'd be using about 22 ounces of powder, but 10 ounces rattles the glass, it knocks paintings off the wall down in our art museum, it scares the horses, and we don't really want to do that. We want to use brass. I know cheaper metals like iron and steel and bronze are available, but what's the problem with that?
Brass doesn't spark.
They spark, so we don't want it to spark, so we're going to use a brass